Have read this story, The Dark, by Sashi Deshpande. I don't know if that's the way to pronounce it, but I'm just gonna pronounce it like that. So first, I will start off with a summary. The story is about a this mother whose whose daughter has been kidnapped. I think it was for 3 days, and no one really knows like what happened to her. And she the mother just know that she isn't okay. But the family has this feeling that she might have been raped by this man she was with for 3 days. In the in the story, the daughter just is lying in her bed, and she keeps staring at the ceiling. She keeps staring on this spot on the ceiling, and she doesn't talk with her mother or with her father. Um, and the mother really wants to reach out to her daughter and talk about what happened to her, but it seems like it's very hard for the mother to do that, and to understand what the daughter is feeling. Um, and then the mother also reflects on her own past, and remembers what remembers what it was like to grow up as a girl in a world where, yeah, women were taught to be perfect, and the fact that you should hide some of yourself away. Yeah. And then there's something about the narrative style. It's a first person. The story is told in a first person, and it's a first person narrator. And the whole story is from the mother's point of view, and we get to know exactly what the mother is thinking in her thoughts, and she actually switches between these timelines, like the present and the past, and she talks about her own past, and then she switches to be in the present. Um, and I and a and a very important hint is also that she talks about her own childhood and how she was told that she should build a wall around herself. And I just think in general they give a lot of hints in this story also about uh, when they are talking about if the girl has had her period, and the dad asks when is her next time. And as a reader, I think you have to maybe read this uh, story maybe a couple of times to like understand the meaning, and the fact that the father also actually is talking about the girl's period because they actually are afraid that she might have been or she might be pregnant because this man might have raped her. Um, yeah, and then there's something about this title, and it's, yeah, called The Dark, and I think the dark symbolizes a lot of things, but it symbolizes like the fear and all the unknown, and like the darkness is more than just a dark room or a night or something like that, but it's this fear and also silence that is between like the members of the family, in all this unknown, um, and the fact that they don't know what had happened to her, and the story experiences themes like fear and silence, but also this power, uh, but more like the power that this silence have, because they not are good at talking about what happened to their daughter. And there's also times in the text. Uh, there's one time in the text where the dad or the husband asks the wife if that it could be a possibility that she might have been, and then uh, the mother stops him right away because she doesn't want to make him say it out loud that she might have been raped or sexually assaulted. Yeah, and I think also that this connects very well to India as the bigger topic that we have worked with for weeks. Um, it fits very good into like the Indian society and how like what role the girls or the women's play in the Indian society, and how she actually also the mother or the wife talks about how she expected to mm, forgive and forget what happened to her, but this trauma is just not that easy to erase. And I think that many other Indian girls might be in the same situation, and I think that also reflects to a larger problem that they don't speak up for themselves. I think also there's a lot of girls that speaks up for themselves, but the fact that um, women just are like this victim for many men, and when they get exposed for it, it's just like it gets normal, and not a, not that it is normal to do stuff like that, but I think it happens for so many girls that so that it's harder to speak about because like that it's wrong, like it isn't okay to being just kidnapped at first, that's not okay, but also getting raped, like it's not okay, and I think the fact that it's not okay, then it gets harder to like talk about it because it's so wrong, and it happens so often for so many people. um yeah. Yes.